Hello, we're here at Advanced Adapters. I'm Steve Roberts, going over some of our test fleet of vehicles and why they are the way they are and what we do to actually properly test vehicles. This particular Jeep is a 2007 Wrangler X model Unlimited. It was the first four-door JK we could purchase in the fall of 2006 for prototyping. This Jeep originally had a 4-speed Atlas installed in it when it was originally built. Now it has become our Rubicrawler test vehicle and is now clocked over 20,000 miles of Rubicrawler testing. For testing our products, we need a vehicle that is capable on trail. This particular Jeep has a Dana 60 rear end. Rear suspension on this is a very early Rubicon Express 5.5-inch long arm kit, Bilstein shocks, ARB air locker. This Jeep has 513 gears in it. Obviously shafts, the factory JK brakes, all the stock wheel speed sensors on this Jeep work, which was quite a feat in early 2007 when this Jeep was built. Here we are on the front end of our Jeep, custom built one-off front axle. You won't find too many of these like this in a JK. This has a Dynatrac high pinion 44 center section, Kingpin 60 outers, all factory wheel speed sensors functioning. Have 14-inch sway away coilovers on this, PSC ram assist steering. We have the TerraFlex quick release sway bar on this one. Obviously upgraded steering components to be able to take this out and truly wheel it and test our products. Underneath the hood's not real exciting, but we have our reasons for that. Stock 3.8 liter V6. The only real modifications underneath the hood is the upgraded PSC power steering pump to keep up with our 37s on trail. People ask us, why don't we have a V8 in this Jeep? Well, this Jeep has been testing a Rubicrawler for durability, and since the Rubicrawler is only available with the 42 RLE automatic transmission, we need to keep the stock engine. We have now logged over 20,000 miles of trail and street use on the current Rubicrawler with no issues. This has production unit number 1 in it. It has been driven to Moab. It has been wheeled extensively and daily driven both. For now, this is what we see in here. This is a prototype vehicle. We'll see what the future brings for this Jeep. We're out here with a stock 4-cylinder powertrain 1997 TJ Wrangler. We're going to go over this to show some of the differences when doing an engine conversion from stock to V8 converted. One of the first things we want to notice is the coves we have in a firewall on the TJ lineup of Jeeps has the transmission mounting surface very far back in the engine bay. We'll cover this later as we get to our other Jeeps, but why drive shaft modifications may or may not be required on your conversion. Also notice that you have a lot of room if you look at the size of the factory fan shroud on a 4-cylinder Jeep. Honestly, a V8 is not much longer than a stock 4-cylinder, so we have room to play with engine placement in a conversion application. Here we are with another 97 TJ. This is Advanced Adapters Test Mule Vortec V8 prototype Jeep. This vehicle has a 2001 Silverado 5.3 liter Generation 3 LS base engine in it. We have California smog legal. We have all smog equipment hooked up, ready to go. Now, as we referenced back earlier with a 4-cylinder, you will notice that with a V8, firewall clearance does become a concern on both engine banks. The bell housing mounting surface must come forward approximately 2.5 inches to install a V8. Most cases when going to a GM automatic transmission, like this particular Jeep has a 4L60E, which is longer than the factory drivetrain, we can actually do an engine conversion without drive shaft modifications. That will vary from what engine and transmission you pick and small block Chevy, Dodge V8, Hemi V8. There's variations in those. In our conversions, we can supply you with complete cooling system. This is an LS specific conversion radiator, complete with anyone that knows LS's, proper steam return ports, cross flow correct inlet and outlet diameters, Spall electric fans, transmission cooler lines, overflow cans, and so on. And the modifications done to this Jeep. Here we are underneath Advanced Adapter's newest Jeep to the fleet. This was the brand new 2012 automatic transmission Pentastar V 3.6 liter V6 Jeep, bought for us for prototyping Atlases in the new JKs. This was the first 2012 to have a functioning Atlas in this Jeep. There's 2-speed only for the automatics due to some electronic issues with the way Chrysler does their shifting for the transmission off wheel speed sensors. It has had a 4-speed Atlas transfer case in it. Its new home is a 4.3 to 1 2-speed Atlas. We have all electronics functioning. The dash, lights work, everything functions on this Jeep just as if it had the original transfer case in it, except it's now Atlas twin stick setup for the trail. We're excited to get this thing out on the trail and see how it does. But now we have an Atlas.